series of Star Wars reviews leading up to Last Jedi coming out on Thursday. I covered yesterday the original Star Wars, the A New Hope, a lot of people call it, but I call it Star Wars. Now it's time to review one of the best, not just one of the best Star Wars movies of all time, not just one of the best sequels of all time, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back. It is everyone's favorite Star Wars movie. Some people like The Return of the Jedi, some people like the first one, but a amount of people love The Empire Strikes Back, including myself. So The Empire Strikes Back is not directed by George Lucas, it's directed by Arvind Kirchner, which he did die in 2010, so rest in peace, because if we hadn't had him, The Empire Strikes Back wouldn't even exist. If he hasn't directed this movie, The Empire Strikes Back wasn't even, exist at all. Everyone has been waiting for a new Star Wars movie after the first one that came back in 1977. A lot of people were shocked how great it was. This movie, I think it came out in 1980, I'll put the name right there, but this review, same as the last review, will contain some spoilers, so if you haven't seen The Empire Strikes Back, as I said before in the first Star Wars review, have you been living in a cave, first of all? Go watch this movie, and then come back to this review, because I'm basically going to talk about most of this movie. So, spoilers are going to come in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, here we go. So the movie starts off on a planet called the Hub, where you see a base there, and you also see Luke Skywalker. Basically, he's looking for other life forms. And then some creature named the Wampa just scratched Luke Skywalker and took him to the cave. And then we get to see Han Solo again, and Leia. And Han Solo is very concerned what happened to Luke, so he goes out on his Tauntaun and saves Luke. And this is where Han Solo becomes one of the biggest badasses in Star Wars history, where you see him found Luke. Luke was freezing to death, and he just grabs his lightsaber, rips out the heart of his Tauntaun because the creature killed his Tauntaun as well, and just puts him in there to keep him warm. And I was just like, Han Solo has heart, man. Han Solo has one of the biggest hearts ever, especially in this film. There's a lot of great scenes with Han Solo, which I'll talk about a great scene after that. And then we get to see Darth Vader again, and we get one of the best villain themes, freaking ever. One of my favorite Star Wars scores of all time with the actual theme itself is the Imperial March. Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Seriously, that theme is still badass till this day. It's amazing. It still lives up to this day. I could listen to that theme all over freaking again. And Darth Vader, this is Darth Vader's movie, because this movie basically focuses on the dark side, basically striking back and get back to the heroes again from destroying the Death Star. And basically Darth Vader's mission in this film, what the commander said, he said that he has to make Luke Skywalker changes to the dark side. A lot of people are like, why would they make Luke go in the dark side? Until a twist came in the movie at the very end, which I'll talk about it later. And then everyone's going to be like, it doesn't make sense. Why would they make Luke Skywalker change it to the dark side? But then we get the Battle of the Hoth scene, which is one of my favorite ship battles ever, where they had to destroy the AT-ATs before they destroy the base. And I was like, that was a really fun scene, and everyone's involved with that scene. Luke Skywalker, of course, he has to battle the AT-ATs. We get to see Leia basically making sure that Luke is safe and all that stuff, and we get Han Solo trying to protect her. And also, we see Darth Vader basically trying to chase after them. Everyone is doing something in that scene, which is amazing. I love when that happens. It's not like a scene saying, why is that person not doing anything? Seriously, no. Everyone was freaking involved, and it was just freaking awesome. It's so much fun. That scene was a lot of fun until we see Luke Skywalker crash lands on a planet called the Coco, and then we introduce one of the best movie characters of all time, Yoda, played by Frank Oz. Now, think this. What is the difference between this Yoda and the prequels Yoda? Well, the prequels Yoda is far too CGI. This movie, he's totally a puppet. He's like a Muppet. Me, Yoda. Use the Force, Luke. That's my stupid Yoda impression. So then after that, we get to see Yoda training Luke Skywalker to become a proper Jedi, which that scene was awesome. You get to see him trying to train hard, and there is even a scene where he's trying to lift one of his ships out of the water, because that's where he crash lands in, and then he told Yoda, I don't know how this happened, and then Yoda has, came out with one of the best movie insults ever.
I don't believe it.
That is why you fail.
I was like, wow, Yoda, dang Yoda. Then we get a scene where Han Solo just sees Darth Vader in some dinner table, and straight away he just shoots Darth Vader in the freaking face. He was trying to shoot Darth Vader in the freaking face, but that's why Han Solo's so badass. He's not like preparing for it. He's just like opens, BAM! Like he just shot him in the face, and yeah, he dodges it with his force. But that's how badass Han Solo was. He's just freaking awesome. But then we get an emotional scene when Han Solo is actually have to sacrifice himself and gets put in the carbonite. Which, that was probably the saddest scene in the Star Wars movie because we don't get to see Han Solo until Return of the Jedi comes back. But we get to see him kind of like frozen as a rock or something like that. And we get a scene which is like a kind of a romantic connection with him and Princess Leia when she says, "I love you," and he said, "Yeah, I know." And I was like, that is really heartfelt. That's really emotional. And even Chewbacca was sad. That's very sad as well. And we get to see him. And then when Luke comes back to save his friends from Darth Vader, we get one of the best lightsaber battles, like, freaking ever. When Luke Skywalker is facing Darth Vader. The lighting of that scene, his direction, my god, the lighting was amazing. It's like blue and orange, and it looks freaking amazing. And the fight scene was one of my favorite lightsaber fights ever. I could watch that fight all over again. You can see Luke Skywalker is trying hard to defeat Darth Vader, but you can see he wasn't ready to defeat him yet, because it's kind of rushed, because he's just using his force. Yoda's training him, and that's why he told him he failed, because he's not ready. So basically, when Luke was trying to fight Darth Vader was beating the shit out of him. Like, he uses one hand, he swiped his lightsaber down, he's like, yeah, too easy. And it's so freaking awesome. And then we get a scene where Luke was trying to defeat him, and Darth Vader just cuts his hand off, and Darth Vader, of course, won that fight. And then we get one of the best movie twists we've ever had in a very long time.
Told you what happened to your father.
He told me enough. He told me you killed him.
No, I am your father.
No. That's not true. That's impossible.
My jaw still drops till this day. Like, I know a lot of people say, we know that twist already. But think this. This movie came out a long time ago. And it is people's first time watching this. How is your jaw not going to drop when you hear that scene coming out? It's one of the best movie twists in movie history. I still have my jaw dropped every time I watch this movie. Even though I know what's coming, I still get what's happening. And it's amazing. And what's great about it is that when you hear him say that scene, it made sense why he wanted Luke to go on the dark side. It made sense why Obi-Wan said that Darth Vader killed him, because he doesn't want to admit that he is Darth Vader. So that's a pretty good twist. I really like that twist. And Darth Vader is begging him to go to the dark side, and then he sacrifices himself until Leia saves his life, and basically the movie had ended. And my god, this movie is one of my favorite movies of all time. If you haven't seen The Empire Strikes Back, like seriously, have you been living in a freaking cave? Like I said in my Star Wars review, this is one of my favorite movies of all time. I could watch the Star Wars movie all over again. It's better than any other Star Wars movie ever. Even The Force Awakens, even Rogue One. And I'm probably going to say that if The Last Jedi was better than this movie, I'll still love The Empire Strikes Back. I am totally going to give The Empire Strikes Back an A+. So guys, my last Star Wars review is coming tomorrow, The Return of the Jedi. I'm really excited to review that movie tomorrow, and first day, The Last Jedi. I'm just freaking pumped for that movie. So guys, have you seen The Empire Strikes Back? What do you think of that movie? Comment below, let me know what you think. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, and may the Force be with you.